What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm Payge Hopper. I'm the author of Healing the Wounds of American Slavery, and y'all said you wanted us to dream big. And then you said you wanted us to not only dream big, but then dream bigger than that. You want us to explode the walls of institutions. You want us to build bridges connecting the diaspora. That's worldwide, y'all. And so now for something completely different. I want to bring to the stage one of the most brilliant young minds of our time in education. She is a dedicated mother. She is a passionate educator. She is an impact community gatekeeper. She is a candidate for her doctorate in education. Give it up! And so now, to introduce to some and to present to the rest, our future doctor, Renita Parks.
Thank you so much, Mama Hopper. I want to thank you all for this opportunity. I want to thank you all for speaking into my life, for allowing me to share this space, for allowing me to speak into your lives as we have enjoyed this time together. I really appreciate this opportunity. Crabs in a bucket. Have you ever seen crabs in a bucket? Most will attempt to climb to avoid the boiling hot water on the stove. However, when one crab climbs up on the back of the others to try to escape, the others will pull the would-be escapee back down into the bucket. It is almost as if the others are saying, if I can't get out, no one else will. This phenomenon in the Black community is based on a caste system, which is an outgrowth of the Willie Lynch syndrome. Some of the main features of this syndrome are based on the comparisons of pin folks against folks, old folks against the young, light-skinned blacks against the dark-skinned, folks with good hair against those with nappy hair. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Field slaves against house slaves. Many of these implicit biases are still firmly in place. And because of the apparent affluence of some Black people, we can now add rich versus poor, or educated versus uneducated to this toxic mix. This false scale of superiority versus inferiority helps no one. It often blocks our ability to unify, and it hinders our compassion toward one another. This wound sets a bizarre sabotage-style competition to keep one another immobilized and trapped. During slavery, in addition to fear, jealousy was one of the main components generated in order to cause infighting and backbiting among the enslaved. Now, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. All right, say, now, raise your hand if this still exists today. All right, there ain't enough hands, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, just think about this. Have you ever experienced it? Who has done this to you? Or have you done this to someone else? This phenomenon exists in many Black communities today. An outgrowth of the deeply rooted caste system imposed by slavery, these divisions are deeply embedded and keeps us from thriving together. But today, we will discuss how we can start to break it. We are working on a project from the wounds of American slavery called Heaven on Earth. Our goal is to address these wounds, both internalized beliefs as well as the external systems that perpetuate them. We aim to create spaces for healing through education, community engagement, and transformative experiences. Ms. Hopper has already written a book, Healing from the Wounds of American Slavery, and designed a workbook for college and secondary schools. We are in the process of developing materials for K through 12, including a workbook that we will begin designing and rolling out immediately as soon as I get home. We plan to digitize the curriculum, including animation and gamification. We plan to also facilitate online courses, theatrical readings, and develop film productions. We are dreaming and thinking big. Heaven on Earth Empire LLC will partner and collaborate with Umoja, Amen, Black student unions, and other Black organizations. We plan to use groups and clubs in primary and secondary schools. We have developed a 3-year timeline of goals of making a national impact in year 1, going internationally by year 2, and globally affecting the masses by year 3. We focus on strategies that include workshops, storytelling, therapeutic practices, and community dialogue. We want to bring people together to learn from one another, to uplift one another, instead of pulling each other down like crabs in a bucket. We need to recognize this conditioning, but we also need to rise above it. We can heal together, grow together, and build something better for the next generation. Heaven on earth is possible, and it begins with us. Thank you for your time.